and pull this over. And, you know, these are Roman capitals, and yes, you're supposed to be consistent with your serifs and so on, but this is a completely acceptable thing to do, especially because it's the first letter. So here's another little mistake. You see that little guy right there? Let's say I made a mistake and I got a little black mark of some kind on there that doesn't belong on there. So you've tested your paper, you know what your paper will do. What I'm going to say is that this particular kind of paper is going to allow me to scrape that off. Now, if you're lucky enough to be working with vellum, then you don't have any problem about scraping things off. So I'm just going to very, very gently scrape this off. Okay? Whoops. That was another mistake. You have to be very careful and wait for the ink to dry, or the paint to dry. So I'm not going to do that again. I'm just going to leave those little nubbies there for now. Okay, so let's say... okay, I see another little mistake right there, a little tiny nubby thing. So I'm going to show you how to use whiteout. So this is what I use. I use this brand name, Pro Whiteout, but other whiteouts will do. And it's really, really intense paint, very intense paint, very thick, opaque, intense paint. And if you're working on a manuscript and you find yourself resorting to whiteout, the rule is that you have to do it so that it doesn't show and nobody knows you've done it. Okay? So that's the kind of little tiny correction that is acceptable because nobody knows it and nobody sees it and nobody's going to care. But you do not hand over a manuscript that has blaring whiteout on it, and you certainly don't hand over a manuscript that has cut and paste. On the other hand, when it comes to making things for reproduction, it's a whole different story.